welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, welcome to Basel. I've just landed in this jet here, as you do. But I am off to Baselworld to go and see what there is to see, and we're literally just on the runway now. We've lost Archie somewhere, but I'm going to go and review the top pieces of Baselworld, potentially order some watches and take a look around. So come along, it's going to be a good video. I'll catch up with you in a second. So then I've made it into Baselworld. I've literally just stepped foot in here, and this is the first time I've ever been here. First things first, before I take a look around any of these watches, I just want to bring to your attention this video is brought to you with BOTB, as with all of my Watch Talk videos. BOTB are supporting this video, and they will be putting in the lineup several of the watches, and we'll go through the watches I'm going to be looking at very shortly, but they're going to be putting several of these watches in the lineup for you to win. Now, as always with BOTB and the Watch Talk stuff, tickets start at just 15p. You've got to be 16 or over to enter. All the links will be below. There is a winner every single week. They win a car, and there are also lifestyle prizes, including a huge amount of watches. So if you're into your watches and you don't particularly like any of the watches that I featured here from Baselworld, there are other watches available in the lineup for you to win. So make sure you go and check it out anyway. I'll leave all the links below. It is spot the ball, hit the links, get involved, and if you win one of the watches that I've seen today, then I'll be very envious indeed, because 15p for a ticket is absolutely nothing whatsoever. So yeah, get involved anyway, and let's go see some watches. First things first then, we're at Patek Philippe, and immediately we are looking at the 5726. This is stainless steel, blue dial, and brand new for 2019. Everybody's gone absolutely crazy over this. It is the closest thing you can pretty much get to the 5711, which was, we all know, has gone mental over the past few years. It's got a slightly thicker case than usual, has a moon face, has the day and the date, and this is going to be a massive hit. The waiting list is already huge, and I stand absolutely no chance of getting one of these anytime soon. So if you want to see one of these on my channel, on my wrist, it might be a few years yet, but absolutely love this Nautilus. Moving on then to the Aquanaut range, not much has changed. These two are from Basel last year with the orange accent. It's very cool. I'm hoping to try and get one of these actually pretty soon. These are 2018 models. Again, also we've got the stainless steel 5167 and the gold version. Again, standard models, 2018. But brand new for 2019 is the 5168. White gold case, khaki dial, and khaki strap. This is a bit of a design departure for Patek Philippe. They've increased the size of the case. They put a khaki dial on there and a khaki strap. It is very cool. Some purists are saying it's a bit too big for an Aquanaut. I don't agree. I think it looks great. It's a sports watch. 42.2 millimeters is not too big whatsoever, and the khaki looks amazing. Again, being white gold, this piece is not going to be cheap. So I don't know whether it's going to make it into my collection. Who knows? We'll see what AdSense does. Also then, in the Patek Philippe display cases, we had some cool Celestial bits and other bits and bobs. Those are the main kind of sports releases that I'm interested in anyway, from the Patek stand. So let's move swiftly on to Rolex. Rolex then this year, they got accused of being a bit boring, to be honest. We had some white gold bits that nobody really cares about. The top piece there has a meteorite dial, which they brought back, and they had previously told people they had no meteorite left. Not of much interest to me, to be honest with you. I don't really do the whole white gold sports Rolex thing, but they've also changed the colour of the dial on the Pepsi G&T bottom left. We also have these two pieces. These were from a previous show. They are the root beers, and I've discussed these root beer pieces in previous videos. Again, not new for 2019, but they are still quite cool. Again, we have some day dates there. Not new releases at this show. The one on the right there, my brother actually has. Now, the deep seas, these have changed slightly. The case is now thinner, the dial looks slightly different, but other than that, that's all that's new and not new for 2019. Again, one of the main new releases then is up there at the top, the black and blue GMT. That has received a Jubilee bracelet, the bezel is a slightly different colour and a new movement. Not particularly dramatic. We have Submariners, none of those have changed, they're still ever hard to get. Big thanks to Rolex on that. We've also got a bunch of Milgausses and Explorers, nothing has changed over there. We have the Daytonas, they are also still impossible to get. Stainless steel, of course, being shown here. If you can get one of these brand new at retail price, then you've performed a miracle, really. Impossible. Again, more Daytonas here. These are on the Oyster Flex straps, gold and white gold versions. Fairly easy to get, but not really up my street. The main new release then at 2019 from Rolex was this is slightly controversial. White gold 42mm Yachtmaster. This is bigger than the one it replaces. Well, it doesn't replace, it just joins it, which was 40mm. This is made of white gold, has a ceramic bezel and an Oyster Flex strap. The jury is out on this piece for me. I don't know what to make of it. I'll have to get it on wrist, but I'm definitely not going to buy it. Right then, Tudor time. Now, you all know that I'm a massive fan of the Tudor brand. I love what they've been doing the past few years, and I love the history behind the brand. So, first things first, the big release for me, the P01 from Tudor this year. Radical design, cool bit of history, and this piece was the piece of the show for me. I absolutely love this watch. They had the prototype on display as well, which we'll see in a second, but this features a new crown at the 4 o'clock position, deep diving abilities, a little bit of red text on the dial, snowflake hands, a date window, a cool new strap design, and all in all, I just really like what Tudor are doing. This is going to be in the BOTB lineup, and this will also be making its way into my collection. I've ordered one. I've been promised one of the early pieces. They are powered by this Tudor in-house movement, same movement as in all their new pieces, and here is the prototype. There's been a bit of fuss online about this prototype, actually. Apparently, Tudor have fluffed this slightly. The dial apparently is not correct. There's loads of stuff online about it, but read up on it anyway, because there's a cool bit of story behind this prototype, and now it's been re-released into production. Anyway, that is not the only new thing that Tudor released this year. They have released a new colourway for their Bronze Bay, or Bronze Black Bay. So, as you all know, I've got the standard Bronze Black Bay, and they've released it in a new slate dial combination. You can't really see it on the screen here because the lights are far too bright. But there is a slate dial now on there, which looks really nice, and I will possibly add one of these to my collection. However, this will also be in the BOTB lineup. And the reason I'm probably not going to buy one is because I've already got one and there's no point having two. So that was cool though. It does look really nice, and they should have probably released it in that colourway in the first place. Again, powered by this Tudor in-house caliber movement, which is nice and cool. As you all know, or some of you all know, they were previously powered by ETAs, and I've got one of those in my collection in the original Black Bay. Moving on then, speaking of more Black Bays, they had the Black Bay 58 on display. I really like these. I think they're super cool. I haven't actually added one to the collection. I may well do at some point. You get a number of strap options, this being the light brown leather strap, and you've got the black NATO in the background with a gold stripe through it. Really nice size on these, and I do like the BB58 a lot. Now, they've also released a steel and gold Black Bay chronograph. This is inspired by the Monte Carlo models many moons ago, decades ago, when the Tudor were originally being made. These are wicked. I love these. They come on a bund strap option, which, as you all know, I've got a bund strap on my Root Beer GMT. Really like those. Anyway, we've got the Tudor GMTs. These were announced at Baselworld last year, and I did a video on these. Again, love these. I actually sold mine. I didn't keep it that long, but I think I made a mistake with that. I'm going to buy another one, I think. Also, we've got Pelagos models. There are no changes to the Pelagos lineup. I still have my left-hand dive, and these are pretty much the same. There was rumours there was going to be a green one added to the lineup, but this didn't materialise. Anyway then, moving on, I also unfortunately went to the Jacob & Co stand. I was lured in by the Bugatti. I then decided to take a look around at the watches, and to be honest with you, while they're not my thing, there were some very impressive pieces on offer. Most of these you're looking at here are about £1 million. Most of them have tourbillons in them, and most of them have a ridiculous amount of metals dug up from all corners of the planet. Diamonds everywhere, you name it. Absolutely ridiculous. Again, not my end of the market. I'm not Floyd Mayweather. But yeah, you've got to hand it to Jacob & Co. They have reinvented themselves after the kind of world timepieces with the coloured subdials that you saw on many rappers many moons ago. But yeah, their collection has gone from ridiculous to frankly obscene. So these watches here I can't quite get the size of them in context here, but if you had one of these on your wrist, people would see you from a mile off. They are absolutely ridiculous. They've got little globes in there that move around and all sorts. And perhaps the most ridiculous thing of the show were these. There was a dead spider in one of them. Yep, a dead spider. There was an octopus in, a mini octopus, over and on the left. And yeah, I mean, I don't really have any words for it. But yeah, that is a dead spider in there. So someone somewhere has got that signed off within Jacob & Co. That the dead spider was going to be in a customer's watch. Anyway. Right then, you lot, I am now on a train on my way to Paris. That was a very quick roundup of the releases that I was most interested at Baselworld. I've got to say, it wasn't a particularly interesting watch show. I think it echoed Geneva Motor Show in that a lot of the big guns weren't there, and a lot of these huge releases just weren't there this year. Many of you will already know that the watch kind of show world is now split into two. A lot of them now are at the Geneva show, part of the Richemont group. They took a load of the brands and released everything at Geneva earlier in the year, and then Baselworld is now less of an event than it used to be. However, Rolex were there in force, Tudor were there in force, there was also Bell & Ross, Breitling, who else was there? I don't know, brands like Chanel and some other big ones, obviously Patek Philippe as well. Actually, on that note, in Patek Philippe, I got a rather nice little goodie bag here. I'm just going to take you through it, show you what I got in there. So in here then, I got, what did I get? Got the 2019 collection book, and in here I'll show you actually what I intend to be ordering from Patek. I mean, as you all know, a lot of the stuff from Patek is extremely difficult to order, so I'm going to show you quickly what I aim to be getting into my collection within the next 12 months. I very much enjoy the Aquanaut chronograph here, and I would option it with the orange strap, but with the spare black one for when I felt less punchy. I aim to get this within the next 12 months, but as you know, getting steel sports Patek stuff is like trying to get blood from a stone, so fingers crossed on that one. Failing that, however, I would also like to get my hands on a Patek Aquanaut World Time, slightly thicker than the standard Aquanaut, and they're exceptionally cool. Love these. I already have one of these. I love it. I'll probably do a video on this very, very soon. And as we saw in my video, the Patek 5726, the brand new stainless steel blue dial. I would love to get one of these, but that is going to be an extremely difficult ask as well. And this wears a lot nicer than the standard Nautilus because the case is slightly thicker. I believe it's about 10 or 11 mil as opposed to the 8 or 9 mil of the 5711. Anyway then, that aside, we've also got in the bag, this covers all the new models, and most importantly, I'm going to get out here, a Patek Philippe tie. This is super, super cool. Look at that. Very nice. Archie, did you get one as well?
I did.
Yeah, do you like it?
I do. I don't know too much about it, but I like it.
No? Okay, well that's nice. Good. Good stuff. So then, as I mentioned, the Tudor P01 that I've covered in this video, and the Tudor Bronze Bay, or Bronze Black Bay, however you want to say it, the new slate dial version. They are both available in the BOTB lineup as of now, so make sure you go and check that out. Enter to win, and you could get one from as little as 15p. As I said before, you'll be 16 or over to enter. You can enter anywhere in the world, and there will be a winner every single week in the car competition, as well as there also being a huge amount of lifestyle prizes. Currently then, I'm now on a train to Paris because I'm going to a launch with Huawei. They're launching something very, very exciting, so Archie and I are on our way there. So we've done Monaco, Basel and Paris within 3-4 days, which is chaos. We're going to be in Paris for a couple of nights, and I'm going to be dropping some content from there as well. So stay tuned, give it a thumbs up, make sure you click the links below and check out POTB. On that note, I will be ordering the Tudor P01. In fact, I've already ordered one, and I will deliberate whether or not to get the Bronze Black Bay slate dial. I don't know, I've already got the original one. I don't know if there's any need for one of those. But the P01, I will be ordering that, and I'll be getting one of the first pieces into the country. It'll be around June. But if you fancy paying 15p for one, as I say, do click the links below and enter with BOTB. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Do let me know if you want more watch videos, what watches you want me to cover. Oh yeah, and also, for those eagle-eyed viewers that have spotted me wearing this, this is the watch I brought for my trip. It is my Stellar Day-Date green dial, and I've done a video on this, I believe, already. Have I? Yeah, I have. Yeah, I have. So that's what I've been wearing. And also, obviously, you all recognise that. That's my Centurion. Anyway, without waffling more, stay tuned, do subscribe, thumbs up. See you again very soon. Bye.